right, so real brief, I want to talk about night one of WrestleMania from last night. I cannot yet talk about the Hall of Fame because I only get to watch like 10 minutes of it. I've got to go back and watch it. I was at work when that was going on, so that was just didn't work out for me. But I got home just in time for WrestleMania Night 1 yesterday, so Becky versus Rhea. That match I did not get to watch because I took a shower. I heard part of it. The rest of the family watched it, but I do know that Rhea retained, which is not a surprise because let's be honest, if we remove Roman and Cody from the equation, nobody is more over in wrestling right now than Rhea Ripley. She's without a doubt in the top three of the hottest acts going. So I was not surprised and I was happy. And then they did Jimmy versus Jay, and I could give a fuck less. Listen, if you were into the Jimmy versus Jay story, God bless you. I was not. I don't give a fuck. Jay did win, and that's fine. That's who I expected to win, just based off of, they really had no payoff for having Jimmy win, with the story they were telling. So they at least paid off the story in a way that made sense, but a story didn't do anything for me, and the match was kind of mid. But I felt like both those guys were capable of a better match. So I'm not sure why it didn't jive better, but I don't or maybe the problem's me. I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. So they finally separated the tag team titles, which is great. I was really happy they did that. So A-Town Down Under winning the SmackDown tag team titles. That I did not pick that one. I considered them, but I actually thought the New Catch Republic would walk away with a set of tag titles, but they did not. So, but it's fine. A-Town Down Under is they're athletic guys. They're not untalented, and they're really good at making people dislike them. So, go for it. I mean, they'll do fun stuff. The Raw Tag Team titles were captured by Awesome Truth, which I did have them picked as one to win because they were making a very, very big deal over the fact that R-Truth had no WrestleMania victory. So, of course, he's the one who has to pull down the belts. And it was great, and I'm happy because I like Truth and I like Miz, and I enjoyed them together as a tag team years ago, and it's cool to see them doing it again, and it's fun. I'm happy. Don't know how long it'll last, but it's good. So, and then they did Andrade and Rey versus Santos and Dominic. I thought Dominic should have walked away with the win this time because if I remember correctly, last year at WrestleMania, Rey beat Dominic. I believe that's how that went down. But, whichever, whatever. The thing I don't like, and I really don't like it, is when they have the supposed good guys cheat to win. The couple of Philadelphia Eagles got involved, and I understand it's pandering to the crowd. But I just, your babyface isn't supposed to have to cheat to win. I know it's simple thinking, but sometimes simple is better. You convolute and complicate things, and that doesn't necessarily make it better. So, that match, honestly, it had a hard time holding my attention. I was largely disinterested in it. And it's because I don't give a shit about half the people in the frickin' match. I mean, aside from Rey and Dominic, I don't care. You know, like Andrade's back. Whoop-de fucking do. And Santos Escobar, I've seen nothing that makes me want to watch him. So like I just didn't care. Well, that's me. I'm sure there's some people. So listen, there's probably somebody out there, and Santos Escobar is their favorite wrestler. And by God, you give them back their helmet and their crayons because they might hurt themselves. Um, I'm not going to hell. Anywho, and we had Gunther versus Sammy. And I wanted Gunther to win because my disdain for Sami Zayn is well known. However, before Sammy's music hit, I knew he was going to win because they did all this rigmarole going to the ring, and we're gonna show him we're gonna show his son and his wife and his mentor and his best friend. Damn it! Bullshit. Makes me want to vomit. Da, 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 da. So, anyways, yeah. Sammy won the Intercontinental Championship. Disappointing, but with any luck, they'll move Gunther on to bigger and better things. Oh. So, and then we had the main event. Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. In the most unnecessary match on the fucking card. Rock did not need to come back. Rock could have stayed his happy ass in Hollywood as fucking franchise cancer and stayed the fuck away. Ugh. Anywho, this match did happen, and because of the stipulations, I knew that Cody and Seth were not going to win it. Because why would you threaten Bloodline rules for the next night if you weren't, in fact, going to have Bloodline rules the next night? That would be really dumb. So, obviously, Rock and Roman did win the match. Rock getting the pinfall on Cody Rhodes. There was there was some back and forth in the latter half of the match. In the beginning, it was kind of disjointed. There did seem to be communication issues in the beginning. It looked clunky. It did not look smooth, And Rock did end up getting blown up, but we all knew that he would. I mean, listen, you can be in the best shape of your life. It's not the same as being in ring shape. Cardiovascularly, it is not the same. You're gonna get blown up unless you are doing it fucking 3, 4, 5 times a week, and you're like, it's hard to prepare for. He recovered, and listen, he's not the same Rock he used to be, but he's also 50 fucking something years old now. I don't think anybody expected him to be the same Rock that he used to be. So he was fairly giving in the match. However, he brawled around with Seth Rollins, and Cody put him through a table, and it was kind of paint by numbers. I mean, the most interesting thing about The Rock being back is this idea that now all of a sudden we're allowed to say fuck on WWE television, which means he's not adding a whole hell of a lot, but all of that being said, it was okay. I went into this not very excited. Much of my excitement for the show had been drained away by the bullshit that was going on leading up to this. So, I don't know. Thinking about what's going to go on tonight. And there's a lot of ways it could go. It's going to be a Bloodline Rules match, and I'm expecting a shit ton of Gaga. What I want to see is one of three scenarios would make me happy. Scenario one, the one I want to see most, is I would want to see the last 5 minutes of the match have no Gaga, have it be just Cody and Roman, and have Cody go over smooth. Have Cody go over clean. So that would make me the happiest. Okay. Another thing that would be acceptable to me is if Cody wins the title. And it's not, let me explain this. This isn't acceptable to me because I want it to happen. It's just a direction to take that story in. So, remember, The Rock came in and he's been throwing his weight around, his power around because he's on the board of directors, right? Well, imagine this for a moment. Cody wins in an all-out war with Roman. Cody wins, and Judgment Day's music hits, and out comes Damian Priest with his briefcase, and he walks down, and he walks to the ramp, and then The Rock walks out, and Damian hands his briefcase to The Rock, and then Damian goes backstage, and The Rock comes down and cashes in on Cody and takes the Universal Championship away from him, and then we can build to Cody versus Rock at SummerSlam. Now, I don't like that, but I wouldn't hate it. At least we're doing something different. Kind of different. Now, another one, because here's the thing. If they're gonna screw Cody again, they've got to screw him so monumentally bad that the people don't give up on him. Okay? And as Daniel Bryan told us, the fans are fickle. That being said, why did I bring that Hobbit up? Little bastard. That being said, I think the most interesting screw job we could see would actually be, so Rock is interfering in the match. Cody has Roman dead to rights. Rock interferes in the match, and he rock bottoms Cody, and Triple H's music hits. And Triple H comes down. He gets nose to nose with The Rock. They're talking smack. They're talking shit that we can't hear. We think that Hunter is going to throw down with The Rock as Cody pulls himself to his feet. Hunter pedigrees Cody. Stands up. Rock throws Roman over the top of Cody, and Roman retains. And the last visual we get is Triple H standing in between Roman and Rock, holding their hands up in victory. This would be a monumental screw job. And a big swerve because, everybody's thinking that Hunter is, on Cody's side here. And it would also have Cody having the two most powerful figures in the WWE working against him. You screw him like that, again, I'm not going to like it. But you might be screwing him badly enough to where people stick with him to say a SummerSlam. Now, why you would do any of this, why you wouldn't just pull the trigger on Cody as champion, I do not know. The people obviously want it. I don't understand this obsession with them trying to make Roman the longest reigning champion in history. Because, are you really going to keep that belt on him for another 5 fucking years so that he can surpass Bruno? I don't think that's a great idea. I just don't think that's a great idea. That's rough. Bruno was champion that long during a time when there was no television, there was no pay-per-view. Like, it was a different time. It'll be difficult to keep people engaged for that long. But yeah, so those are my three. Those are the three things I think would be the most acceptable to happen. Everybody wants Rock to turn on Roman and help Cody. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. If if Cody wins that belt, he needs to do it clean. If somebody helps him, if somebody else puts Roman down for him to take that pinfall, it means nothing. So yeah, I'm expecting lots of Gaga tonight. Hopefully I get to watch it. I don't even know what's going to go on with work, but in either case, I'm Ken Carnage. Until next time, always remember, Carnage is right around the corner.